uncharacteristic of him. Jason Kidd and his Dallas Mavericks tied this series up at 2-2 after falling in those first two games.
Bump that lead back up to 14.
Yeah, I thought the guys executed coming out of that timeout. Phoenix made a run. We know they're a great team, and understood the game was far from over. But Luka scores, and then we get two stops, and then Doe makes 2 threes. And that energy, again, defensively, trying to keep them from getting offensive rebounds, started our break, and Doe capitalized on that.
What did your bench do today to get some separation? I know your bench outscored their bench by 10 points.
Well, we talked about Spencer, getting to the basket, making shots. Maxi's been Maxi in this series. And then we look at Frank. He makes a big three for us, too. Being able to not just to play defense, but being able to capitalize. And then Davis was on fire. And, this time of the year, it's always, someone that you don't talk about that can give you a lift. And Davis was that for us, this afternoon, being able to knock those threes down in the first half. And then his energy and effort on both ends, he plays at, at a very high level for us. And he was great. So the bench was big. It was a great team win.
Jason, Luka and Jalen combined to, I think, draw 6 offensive fouls. Just what did you think about their awareness and their intelligence in those situations, and to get the Suns in some precarious foul trouble?
Yeah, there was a lot of fouls called on both sides. There's, that's just, it's crew to crew different, but it's the playoffs, and just understanding when we talk about, CP, understanding when teams are in the bonus, I thought JB and Luka and those guys did a really good job of understanding when we were in the bonus. And so I think we're being taught by one of the best point guards ever on the other side of how to do things. And that's pretty cool this time of the year.
I was going to ask, because it looked like at times Luka was almost out Chris Pauling Chris Paul at kind of that his own game in that sense. How much do you think he recognizes that that's going on, and just kind of has that awareness to be able to capitalize on situations like that?
Yeah, well, we talk about it all the time as a team when Phoenix is in the bonus, just understanding what certain players like to do to get to the free throw line. And we're trying to keep them off the free throw line, but I thought we did a really good job of attacking, getting into the paint. Again, as we've talked about, we truly believe when the ball touches the paint, something good happens.
Jason, knowing that you did not want to get down 1-3 in this series, what did you think about your team's grit once they got the lead and maintaining it and not losing any focus?
Yeah, I think coming back home, we just talked about one game, and that was Game 3. And once that was in the books, then we have to focus on Game 4, and now understand this afternoon what we had to do. We put ourselves in a position to win, and we finished it. But the big thing is just these guys are playing hard. They're playing extremely hard, and it's great to see, from picking up full court to diving on the ball, diving on the floor for the loose ball, protecting one another. It's really cool to watch.
Seems like there's a lot of shots to the faces going on. Is that something that you've noticed or have a concern about?
You just have to protect yourself. I know that's hard to do when it's a moving object. The game of basketball is about moving. I don't think that the shots to the face are on purpose. It's just someone's making a move, and once in a while someone's face or head gets in the way.
Jason, do you have a target number of three-pointers that you're wanting your team to take this series like you did last series?
No, this one's a little different. This one doesn't have a number, but we're getting up there close to 50, which is kind of cool because we're getting a lot of great looks there. We went through a stretch there where we got a lot of looks where we missed, but again, when the ball touches the paint, it's a layup or three, and guys are making the right reads.
How many of the looks are you seeing that they're coming from a reaction of Phoenix collapsing against Utah? Against Luka, especially when he's in the post.
Yeah, well, Luka's a problem in the post. He's strong enough, he's big enough to get to the basket, and he's just not a scorer there. He can find guys, and that's what makes him dangerous. But the big thing is, just we're trying to apply pressure. We're trying to get the ball in the paint and not just settle, because they're a really good defensive team. If you just swing it around the three-point line, you run up against the clock and you take a tough three.
Jason, what did you think of the arena atmosphere?
Oh, I thought the fans were great in Game 3 and 4. It was electric, and we're going to need that in 6.
And I know you're not big on flashbacks, but I have to ask whether you had any flashbacks to Mother's Day of 2011, either going to the game or during the game.
I've heard a lot about that Mother's Day, so that was a good thing, good omen. Good things happened on that day, and we won. So I was hoping it was going to be the same way, and it turned out to be that way.
Jason, the shot making by Dorian, 8 out of 12 from 3. Can you just describe how hot he was today?
Yeah, he was aggressive. He didn't hesitate when he touched it. There was one that he shouldn't count as a shot because it was with a tenth of a second where he was forced to shoot it. But again, when he's playing like that, when he's aggressive and not thinking about the shot and just catch and shoot, he's as good as anyone. And we needed that lift, and he picked us up.
What did you guys do to turn Chris Paul into a regular player? He had 7 turnovers in Game 3 and fouled out in Game 4.
Yeah, well, there's nothing regular about Chris. He's one of the best players of all time, and he'll have his team ready to go for Game 5.
Jason, you said all along that it was time for other guys to come to the party. Are they here now?
Yeah. They're at the party. I think one of the big things that we talked about on this journey is that we understand Luka's talent and how good he is. But for us to be a team, there's going to be times when other guys are going to have to make shots. They're going to take the ball out of Luka's hands. And you saw that this afternoon.
We got 2 on Zoom real quick. Luke, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, after winning 2 big games, getting yourselves back into the series, from your perspective, being in the locker room, what's the level of belief that this team has in itself right now?
Yeah, I think we trust one another. We felt like, we needed to protect home, and we did that. Now we have to figure out how to win one on the road. But, again, we're playing the best team in the NBA right now, in the Suns, and so we know this is a tough challenge, but we just got to go out and execute and hopefully put ourselves in a position to win on the road.